moving on to weekly manga. The first manga we're going to talk about, as always, and to end off our show, it's UQ Holder.
Hey.
A UQ Holder... Give me a minute to actually do this because I need to check the chapter. Chapter, yeah. So I could remember.
Was it 119?
UQ Holder 118.
118.
The one that starts off with the hot picture of Ava, like naked.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Question: I don't remember shit about this chapter except for the last panel.
So you're gonna have to explain what happens because I don't remember as of right now.
Basically what happens in this chapter is Zazie explains to him that they have a time traveler.
Oh yeah, and the time traveler is the girl that fought
him
Toda before.
Yeah. And then basically Zazie goes, "Hey Kiri, I'm pretty sure you're in love with Toda." And then she's like,
"What? Maybe not."
And then it ends with Zazie goes, "Oh yeah, before anything.
By the way, I found these two floating around.
You need a sealer to seal it and a healer to heal him."
Yeah,
that rhymes.
And then and basically she just goes, "Here's Setsuna and Konaka's
whatever they are.
Grandchildren, clone thingies.
Whatever they are." I found them floating around and just like dumps them like half naked.
Okay, we're an outsider. Can you explain this a little bit better, please?
So basically, there's two characters from Negima, Setsuna and Konaka. Konaka is basically the Ojo-sama, where she's like this kind of like higher up, and Setsuna was her bodyguard.
Got it. Setsuna's really good with a sword.
And Konaka is so...
ends up becoming an extremely powerful mage.
Yeah, because she comes from a line of healers, she's an extremely powerful healer.
Yeah.
And so basically she can her power was always the healer. And Setsuna was always her guard, and she was kind of part demon. So she was able to basically... she had angel wings, and then she was able to cut people up with her sword, and she was really good at it.
Cool.
And then at the end... It's legitimately one of two only canon relationships at the end of Negima.
Is the lesbian relationship?
Is between Konaka and Setsuna.
Yeah.
Got it.
The thing is, it's not 100% like straight up they said they ended up together, but like, basically
it's pretty
most people say that. Or
the picture of them in the epilogue chapter is Setsuna holding Konaka in her arms, like Konaka's in her arms, and they're both in like kind of a wedding day kind of garb, and they just said Konaka went to go become the great mage with Setsuna being her partner, and she got married in this year. And then literally Setsuna proceeded to guard Konaka, and she also got married in what happens to be the same year.
Got it. I remember you said that.
Yes. Yeah. So basically, in UQ Holder now, they've introduced two new characters
who look almost exactly
like them, except a bit
younger,
like Konaka and Setsuna,
so
but if they're
the internet's
kids.
shipping them like crazy.
No.
Surprisingly not.
No, surprisingly not. But the thing is, the reason why we said clone grandchildren is that they were two girls, so how would they have kids that look exactly like them? Grandchildren that look exactly like them, so unless they did surrogate, but then that still brings in a
but there's a whole clone plot point present already. So we're assuming...
Oh, so you're assuming they're clones.
They're clones at this point.
And then there's the third possibility that Koromaru... is part of a demon tribe, which is very similar to Setsuna's, where Koromaru actually gets to choose his gender at age 16. So there's also the possibility that Setsuna also chose the gender of male.
What does that have to do with dogs?
Koromaru's also the name of the dog in Persona 3.
Oh, okay. I thought you said
no. It isn't. It isn't. We had this huge conversation.
Koromaru?
We had this whole conversation. They're all three separate names.
I thought you
that
said
we just don't know.
I thought you actually said though before that this character is kind of a dog kind of person or something like.
No, that's a different character from Negima. Koromaru and Kotaru are two different characters.
Oh yeah, there's Kotaru,
Koromaru, and Kuromaru. Yeah, Kuromaru is from Persona 3.
The dog.
Kotaru is from Negima, and he was part dog, part human. And he's in the one of two actual canon relationships at the end of the series.
Yeah.
Because he set up a love interest, and it was, of course, that it would end up being his love interest. Like, they would end up together at the end. Yeah. She actually has a whole thing in her detail where she went, like, her little epilogue thing is she went back to the magic world and had her own adventure that was just as grand as their adventure previously, and they've never talked about it or shown it. And I'm literally like... And if it, like just knowing that alone, of just like this one character who considered herself a side character in the manga, actually referencing herself as a side character and saying, "Why would you ever like me? I'm a side character," kind of dealio going on there.
Yeah.
Actually ends up like
shit out of me.
actually ends up being this kind of like main character in her own story is really cool.
Just a second. Andrew was looking at me and he kind of looked up like above me and he kept focusing on the thing above me. I'm like,
is there something floating?
So, so that's what happened there. So at the end here, he has a healer and thing, and they're basically in like, I guess we'll help you mode.
Yeah, they're like, might as well
help you kind of mode.
To who?
Yeah, so I'm really interested on what like this is like. This is like we're only on chapter 118, and this is gearing up to like an end game thing.
Okay.
Like, because we still plot points that we still have to get to. We still have to have him fight through the tournament.
Yeah.
Because he's doing that setup.
I mean, he's fought a decent amount through the tournament.
No, that's not even the tournament.
Prelims.
That's not even the prelims. That's the exhibition matches.
Exhibition.
Yeah. We have then they still have to go up to the Olympics, the Space Olympics, and have the bigger tournament there. We still have to have the race with Shinobu that just got set up there.
Yeah.
We also have to have him reuniting with his friends. We still have to have a whole entire conflict with Fate and a whole thing with Ava, and then we have to have him fight like.
So there's a lot left.
Yeah, there's a lot left, but just seeing like this end game thing, it's like wow.
It's all being set up now.
It's all being set up. Like okay, like 3 years from now we're gonna be somewhere.
Yeah.
So Yukio Holder solid, still be solid. Again, there was only
Diggy still alive.
Spoilers for Negima. Basically, towards the end of the middle half of the magic arc of Negima, Negi has to fight Jack Rakan. And this is the fight that we keep talking about, is the Negi versus Jack Rakan fight, right? Yeah. But before that, to power himself up, he had the choice between either following a path with his father that his father took, or his new master Ava, who is an ice witch, following her path. And Ava's is a witch who developed this type of magic that kind of fed off your life force.
Magic Eurybria or something like that?
Yeah, that basically was able to power you up exponentially. And but at the same time, it kind of takes away your life force and stuff. It
also feeds on darker emotions.
Yeah, it feeds on darker emotions. And the thing is, she's able to do it because she's an immortal, so she was able to basically feed off her own life force and never die because of it. But Negi, being a mortal human, couldn't keep up it, and eventually he succumbed to the magic Arabia, the darkness. And then he was able to eventually break out of that. And when he came out of the other side, basically he lost all of his humanity, but he became an immortal of it, an immortal being.
Yeah.
Because he basically succumbed and was able to overcome it, but at a cost.
In doing so.
Yeah. So he's an immortal being alongside a lot of the characters.
There's a decent amount of immortals.
Well,
Yukio Holder's all about immortals.
Yeah, Yukio Holder's about a group of immortals.
Yeah.
I keep attesting. Except for that one dip in quality over Koromaru's storyline, this has still been solid.
Good.
It's still been solid. Then the next one is Jitsu wa Watashi wa.
This one was...
Oh, this is such a great chapter. I like this chapter.
This was Mikon chasing after...
Oh, there was another chapter after that.
So this is translated by some just random schmuck, right?
A fan translation.
Yeah.
Well, most manga nowadays is fan translated.
Well, I mean, it's just it's already been out super long.
Yeah, there's still 30 chapters. We're still 30 chapters.
Yeah, and he's just doing it month by month.
Well,
some other guy comes along and just decides to do it all at once.
Speed translate.
Yeah, but I'm still gonna read the quality scans. 4chan got really mad one day and decided to post a chapter 30 chapters ahead because they were mad that the translations were taking so slow.
And just translated a chapter way ahead.
Do we count that?
No, because because I'm talking about manga.
I mean, that's relevant. He's talking about translators.
I always thought it was
I know, and it's not that I was referencing opinion from a thread. I'm literally just saying 4chan got mad that they were taking too long and decided to translate one chapter in the future. And basically, spoilering everybody on
that one was close.
I figured by thread we meant Andrew talking about a funny joke he's heard in a Reddit thread.
Or even like an opinion that came from
Alright, fair.
So
I was just taking a vote.
Yeah.
that was a fair one. That was
fair. Yeah, it's like how Railgun only ever gets translated by Anonymous.
Yeah. So, Jitsu had 2 chapters that we haven't talked about.
Oh.
There was the Mekon chapter where it was kind of underwhelming because I thought it was going to be more, but it was kind of setting up also, where she went to the future and basically just found out, like, you have to find out who her grandmother is, and then this whole house of cards just kind of tumbles on you.
Oh, wait, was the Aizawa chapter
Then the next chapter right after that was the one that focused on the werewolf.
Oh, yeah! Where she's like,
practically... Well, it focused on Aizawa, but my takeaway was the werewolf.
Yeah, it was...
And I literally kind of got...
Shiro?
Shiro. It focused on Shiro, and that was such a great...
Well, it pretty much confirmed her having feelings for...
No, like, it was... like, a lot of people... like... God damn it. Put me on the list for that one. I'm gonna just throw myself on the list on that one.
Yeah, you were doing
Okay. Anyway. Oh, God damn it.
So, are you, like, super spoiled on this?
No, totally not.
Well, you read Raws, didn't you?
I've caught up with them.
Oh.
This is the last chapter I read Raw.
Okay.
And I didn't even understand the Raws in the first place. Yeah. But basically, Shiro already had feelings for Asahi the whole time, but they were just more subdued than a lot of the other characters. Like, she just never acted on it because she was basically being the kind of the friend to...
well, she doesn't even quite realize it completely herself.
She realizes it. Like,
sort of.
She realizes it and is continuously suppressing it. Because there was that whole thing of, like... Because the whole bit was her saying, like... if this is love, then like this can't be love because this isn't the same feeling that I felt earlier. But because she's feeling pain from it, and it's not like it's not joyous love that she was feeling from the lust feather, but this is pain of like not being able to.
Lust feather.
That's a thing.
There's a lust feather, but because she's so lusty already, it makes her like super bashful.
So she becomes very romantic and very shy.
She's the daughter of the great charismatic pervert.
But why would the
So basically, there's
less like a thing.
No, so there's an angel.
It's like,
there's
how your score in a video game keeps going up. And once it reaches the max, you go back down to 0.
Yeah,
is it pretty much that?
Yeah.
But so basically,
fucking strong bad. I'm sorry.
The feeling that she got from that was like the joyous love because again,
no complications.
No complications. But now that because she had the lust feather, so it removed the complications in her head. But she's now feeling pain from this because of the longing of she kind of wants to be with him but can't because basically 2 of her friends that she considers like her best friends are basically the one is still trying to get over him and the other one's dating him.
Yeah.
So I mean, I really like that really put more emphasis on her character that I originally didn't know about, that I originally didn't think about.
Yeah.
That makes me enjoy that character a whole lot more than when she was originally like written.
Do you think this will ever continue its adaptation?
No.
I hope it doesn't.
I hope it doesn't.
Wow.
Well, they just adapted random chapters. They were like, we're going to take this chapter and this chapter and this chapter and this chapter.
They adapted.
There was no continuity with the manga.
Yeah. So there was a chapter. There was an episode. I think it was episode 8 that adapted chapter 20, like chapter 13, 14, and 53.
To be fair, was 53 like a flashback chapter?
No,
it wasn't.
And the issue there is that literally, like, the problem with that is that by the time you hit 53, this character has already established her feelings for this character. This character has already felt these feelings and understands what's going on. And but in the early chapter had really no feelings towards this character as much. So the fact that they combined those 2 chapters really ruined that characterization.
What if they did a brotherhood?
Where they redid it all,
yes,
and then just animated good.
Yeah.
Honestly,
it'd be pretty decent. Especially if they keep the OP.
So you think this could translate into an anime well?
Yes, it could be Baka the Test levels.
Which is weird because you guys are always talking about story.
There's like story, but
There's-
it's not really story.
Yeah, it's us laughing at the jokes. Like the last joke after the the main reason why is because what are we supposed to talk about? Oh man, that joke where literally
That's like we talk about for all like the anime we watch.
No, I know, but it's literally this is literally our conversation. Hey, remember that joke where the president basically wanted to make cakes and then she was just constantly making cakes so that she could feel better?
Yep.
And then at the end,
It
Shiro
doesn't
was
sound
like,
like a joke.
hey, it is a
was.
joke. It is a joke, and in context, it's really funny. Remember, and then at the end, Shiro was like, "Hey, which is gonna grow faster, Aizawa's cake tower or your blood from me being perverted?"
Yeah.
And and then at the end, when she does that, then you have the shot of Rin running in to just
Yeah, that was my favorite part. Like the whole chapter, honestly, was just at the very last frame, just like ran on the side, about to go in and try to get Shiro.
So moving on from there, Shokugeki no Soma.
I'm actually... Shit's happening in Shokugeki.
I want him to lose. I want
Yeah.
him to lose. I want him to lose so badly. It's not even
The
funny.
main character?
Yes.
The main character is going
Has
up
he lost
against
yet?
He's
the
lost-
number one person in
Okay,
the
so
school.
basically the main character has only lost a handful of times. He lost...
He lost during elections.
No, he lost during the training camp, where they got a tie, but he considered that a lose to his situation.
Yeah.
He lost during the elections, and he lost during the school festival.
Yeah.
Those are three of the main losses that he's had. But besides that, he's been perfect every single time, and just been able to do perfect, amazing.
Yeah.
But so with that said, in the latest, so there's a
Well,
thing.
he had a
that-
tie
yeah.
and then a loss.
There's a thing where Totsuki Academy has the top 10 best cooks.
They're called the Elite 10.
They're called the Elite 10. And to get to become an elite spot, you have to challenge one of the Elite 10.
And put
then,
something on the line of equal value.
and then you basically can become an Elite 10 and replace them because
If you
they
beat
lost.
them.
Yeah, if you beat them. And he's fought several Elite 10 members before.
But never for...
But they've never been serious. Where he fought like his friend who was in the Elite 10, and that wasn't serious.
Yeah. Oh, he also loses to his dad, like, every time.
Oh yeah, he loses his dad all the time, but that doesn't count. He fought against... what's his face? He fought against like the number 8 seat. But then the number 8 seat wasn't trying at the time.
Yeah.
He legitimately wasn't trying. And then... So now he's fighting again. Like he's about to fight. He's possibly about to fight. Possibly, we're not know. He's possibly about to fight the number 1 seat. And
For the spot?
For the spot...
Basically, what the exchange is: if he wins, he gets the spot of number 1. But if he loses,
he has to be that guy's sous chef.
Yeah.
And he also... Or, like, prep.
Yeah.
And he also...
Assistant
that means
chef.
he joins Central.
which is the villain group that is being
That
brought
it
up.
currently took over the school.
So what happened was the school was normal and had a principal, but then the Elite 10, they did an underhanded movement in some school politics and kicked out the current headmaster and brought in basically his son-in-law.
Yeah.
So is that why most people there are assholes now, or no? Is that just always been like
So
that?
basically he comes in.
People were generally assholes, but now they're, like, really
assholes. Because he comes in, right? He comes in, and his method of cooking is different than... his method is very copy the masters. And basically...
He's like, we'll make a selection of food that you can make, and the only way you can be good at cooking is if you learn to make exactly what we want, exactly how you make
basically making a bunch of chef copycats. Instead of
to
chefs...
copy the great chefs.
Yeah, instead of chefs, experimenting with their food and stuff like that, they have to copy... copy exactly...
Unless they're one of the chosen few who get to make
and
the
so
recipes.
then what happens is some of the Elite 10 who were against this proposition were taken out, like they were removed from being the Elite 10, and the current Elite 10 who were the head of the who brought him in are the head chefs that now are to teach all the classes and for everybody to follow their exact method of cooking without any changes. And so right now the number 1 seat is being up for the number 1 seat is challenging the main character for basically just challenging the main character.
Challenge the main character because he wants him as a sous chef. Because basically in this previous chapter, he's like the head guy of the Elite 10 was teaching one of the classes as like a substitute, He's like, okay, who in this class wants to help me cook this time? And everyone's like, what the hell? Why am I do that? And Yukihira, the main character, Soma, he's like, I want to do it.
And then he basically...
He's a really good...
he's a really good sous chef.
Yeah, he is.
And he just, boom.
He preps everything that needs to be prepped, and
gets everything
number
done.
one guy's like, okay,
I
think my cooking would be better if I had you as my sous chef. So I'm going to offer you to come and join Central. And Yukihira's like, fuck that, no way. I'm against that.
The reason why I'm sitting here going, I hope he loses, is because, A, if he wins, that's terrible for the whole entire story. Because
just resolved.
He just took out the number 1 seed, who's supposed to be the best cook in the entire school. And the thing about that is that he fought 2 people on his at his grade level and basically lost to those 2 people. That's one of his losses, is lost to those 2 people. And the thing is, those 2 people one of them has already been shown to be at the level of the underlings of the Elite 10.
Yeah.
Like, not even Elite 10, the underlings of the Elite 10. So
no, he's like at Elite 10 level.
He's close to Elite 10 level because he beat him.
He beat the other guy, barely. And we're not sure how he would have fared against the
10.
girl.
It was a Elite 10 hopeful. Basically, he beat that guy. So knowing that is there, and that Soma has lost to him, and the fact that if he were to beat the Elite 10, that would put Soma's power level incredibly broken, because at this point in time in the story, he should not be that good of a chef.
Yeah, honestly, it sounds like the best thing is he refuses.
And so I want him to lose, not because of, like, just because I don't want him to win. It's because the story will be so much more interesting if he loses.
Plus, if the main character just, like, gets put under Central, what's he gonna do with that?
Yeah, he's now under... No, but here's the thing. He gets put under Central and gets to learn about the Elite 10, gets to learn about the underlings, get to learn about the inside
Start a
of
revolution
Elite 10.
Sort of
Not
thing.
even that, but you get to learn about your villain characters better.
Yeah.
Give some more personality to those villains. And that's what I want to see. I want to see more personality to the villains. Because right now, a lot of them are just two-dimensional villains, I mean.
Yeah. So yeah, that would be interesting. Basically, the main thing is I feel like there's a multitude of possibilities of what could happen here. And at this point, I don't feel like I can predict. Yeah. I don't feel like I can...
I just hope he loses.
Like,
that's all I can say.
Surely predict like I can with some matches.
Yeah. So, moving on. The last manga that we have to discuss is...
Boku no Hero.
Yes, the manga that we just talked about.
Behind.
Yeah.
So...
ready for some spoilers?
Sure.
So, there's, like, majorly death flags with, like, everybody at this point.
Yeah.
So, I really...
Also, are the heroes getting ready to hit the same place that the students are?
We don't know.
Because I can't tell.
That's the best part.
Because the heroes were...
So it's literally just more setup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, so I now
Extra
enjoy...
setup.
I now like that chapter a lot better, going back from the anime and hearing that line of... heroes during their high school years are known to have the same thread of their body moving without like knowing why they're doing this, and going back to that and seeing what they're doing is literally the main 6 that are going there.
Yeah.
Creation Girl, Hardening Guy, Ida, Tokiomi, and 5. My bad.
Yeah.
And Deku, all just immediately
like we need to do something.
We need to do something and just moving on it.
Yeah.
Is now seeing that as like
It's like okay, that's the connection here.
And the fact that basically what's going on is just the heroes, the other heroes, number 1, not even 1, 2, 3, 4. Literally, all their heroes and their mothers are in this building, like getting ready to just go like stomp on the villains.
This sounds like a terrible idea.
Yeah,
like
all the heroes
they go to this one spot, like all concentrated, and then like the villains are free to attack anywhere they want.
Not even that, but they could kill off all the heroes.
Also, what's his face?
I doubt that.
By Byaku's Kachan?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Kachan escaped too. So he's not like fully escaped. He's just like standing in the room full of villains. Like I'm gonna fuck a couple of you up before I know about to
fight them out. Fight them out. Like so, literally, you have Deku's group approaching where they believe Kachan is.
Yeah.
You have Kachan fighting the villains from the inside
by himself
against these
a whole group of villains.
Whole group of them. Whole group, whole multitude.
And then also there's a group of heroes lined up who are like, okay, we're pretty sure the villains are in this building, and the
Let's
villains
go in.
should think we're at a press conference right now, so nobody knows that we're about to go, like, break into this building and try
let's
to
just
save
raid
them.
this place.
Yeah.
And so...
And it hasn't shown on any of these if they're actually correct on where...
Yeah, because they've never shown
people are.
So, like, that's why I said multitude of death flags, of just, like,
Yeah,
all of
somebody
the,
could
like...
die.
I don't think of the Deku and his group. No death flags there. No death flags.
Yeah, they're not
fine.
gonna
They're
die.
fine. They're fine.
But some of the heroes...
Some of the heroes, yeah.
Some
all,
of the villains.
all the death flags, like all the death flags. Like I can't wait till like the end of this week when we're gonna get another chapter and be
Yeah.
like, okay,
Let's
give me
dive
this.
in.
Yeah. So
Is the bird guy going with them or
no,
No.
it's just a 5. It's just a 5 I mentioned.
Yeah.
It's because they need a covert operation that they could get in and get out really quickly. So having Creation Girl, who they need as the tracker,
Yeah.
you have Hardening Guy who's volunteering for this and easy to take hits with, Tokiomi and
Yeah, as they can attack, he's probably a good choice because
Yeah.
he can be
Todoroki.
like a tank.
yeah, Todoroki and Deku being the Deku being there because he can't like
Yeah.
he should like catch on, and Todoroki being there just to help out,
because he's the most competent.
being
Yeah,
the
he's
artillery
extremely
support.
confident.
and then Ida being there just to make sure that they're not gonna die.
Yeah, you just like, if it looks like they're gonna die, I'm gonna get them out of there real
Yeah.
quick.
He's their escape mechanism because he could run fast.
Yeah.
But these guys, they're fine. They're fine.
Yeah.
Those guys are fine. So I'm really excited. What do you think, Dawson?
I'm pretty hyped. I'm looking forward to another chapter.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully the next one is good, and hopefully it's like... I think it's finally time that this next chapter really should be a confrontation.
Oh, gonna die. Just kidding.
I really
Honestly,
want that.
would not be surprised.
Not surprised. I want some deaths. I want
Andrew's
blood.
calling for deaths.
I want blood. I want blood.
Okay,
Give me
then.
blood.
Because it
I'm not used to My Hero Academia.
No, because I want to see
It
more
doesn't.
because it's had consequences before, but I want major repercussions for this.
This is a shonen, not a seinen.
I know, but I still want repercussions
It's
for
gonna be,
this.
if there's a death, it'll be like 1 or 2 deaths, and it'll be like, oh, look how sad this death is.
It'll be All Might.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
It'll
A
be All Might.
mentor death.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be.
Or Eraserhead.
No, he's not there.
Yeah. Eraserhead's at the press conference
He's being
fighting
very
his
calm.
fighting his hatred of the media
Yeah.
by not giving in to the
Why are
media.
they not sending Eraserhead?
Because he was one of the teachers at the camp, so he has to be at the press conference.
Basically, all the heroes that they're sending to the place, the only one I think who's like a Totsuki or UA hero
Is All Might.
is All Might. Everyone else is like,
actually the ranked heroes.
yeah.
You
It's
have
Oh,
like
it's not a teacher?
yeah,
Yeah.
like Best Jeanist is there.
Todoroki's dad.
Todoroki's dad is there. What's his face? The guy who trained
Deku.
Deku is there.
Oh, the little Yoda dude?
Yeah, the little
Gran
Yoda
Torino.
dude.
Gran
Gran
Torino.
Torino. Yeah, he's there.
And then like a lot of the other like side like characters we've seen like powers in the past.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Like they're all
A
ready
couple
to
of them
like
are there.
raid this place. So that's why I'm like, so they can't bring Eraserhead. And granted, Eraserhead is dealing with the media. Like literally, you're listening to their questions. You're like, this is
Too real.
too real and too stupid. Like why?
It's a really similar moment to when in One Punch, they start like yelling about what's it called? Saitama and
Beating Sea King and all
and
the other ones.
Licenseless and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited. But besides that, I think we're coming to a close. We should have.
I think we
This-
should have been done a
It's
long time ago.
10:30.
I'm sorry. I did. We ended up talking a while.
about
It's
Negi.
fine.
I'm sorry I kept asking questions about Negima.
It's cool.
We want a context.
That didn't add a lot of time.
Yeah.
Connor's the only one who made it through. Andrew and I both have to do something weird.
Andrew, you could have stopped yourself.
No, I actually did stop myself, but then I was like, you know what? I deserve that one.
Wait,
I deserve that one. So we're gonna go deal our punishments right now. So
Oh, we're doing that now?
Can we wait till Connor's party? Can we do that
Yeah,
the
that's
night
true.
of Connor's
That's
party?
true. Let's do that.
Sounds better to
Sounds
me.
fair.
yeah,
Alright, guys, next week is hopefully Kaiji if these guys decide to ever watch it.
yeah,
Sorry.
I will watch it.
yeah. Dawson, make sure to just spread
I
it
will
out.
actually
Yeah,
watch it
Just
this
watch
time.
it. 12 episodes spread out over 7 days.
can
We
do
got
it.
this.
I can do it.
But yeah, besides that, any last minute thoughts?
I have so much work to... No, I don't.
I have work to do.
I have to study for tomorrow's quiz.
I have study for tomorrow's test.
Besides that,
Sorry for being downers at the end, guys.
thank you for listening.
Have a
and
terrible week. Bye.
Goodbye
We love you.
and good night. Dark Souls like.